welcome everybody. We are doing this first webinar about internationalization and education and intelligence artificial, organized by the Valencian Department of Education, Culture and Universities. Thanks all of you. Of course, you are teachers from the different regions that form part of the ENRED. Later on, we will talk a little bit about it. But I would like to introduce this webinar, saying thank you to the authority who is gonna start the session. We have with us Ignacio Martinez Arrue, who is the General Director for Education Planning at the Valencian Department of Education, Culture and Universities. So please, Ignacio, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Oscar. Good afternoon to all of you. And first of all, as a General Director for Educational Planning at the Valencian Department of Education, Culture and Universities, I would like to thank first and foremost all the participants for their attendance at this first webinar organized within the European Network of Regional Education Departments, the ENRED. I would also like to thank Languages for Education Europe, also in charge of organizing this event together with our department, and especially Mr. Richard Tallaron, representing this organization, who will provide us some tips concerning quality partnerships in Erasmus Plus programs, as well as Joe Dale, who will focus on artificial intelligence to support international education and professional collaboration. As an education authority, I must highlight one of the main aims of our education system: to improve education quality from the early years, foster learning different languages, and generate positive attitudes towards diversity and multiculturality. For the attainment of these aims, internationalization is a fundamental strategy in formal education. It entails that people should open to a new world and achieve an experience which strengthens the skills and competencies and develops the capacity to adapt more quickly to changes and new environments. On the other hand, internationalization has also the perspective of interculturality, since it contributes to developing sensitivity and positive attitude towards all cultures and languages present in our society. Also, it is an incentive of the decoration of collaborative working spaces and dissemination of good practices. For all these purposes, we have taken a step forward by fostering the ENRED initiative in order to create a space for cooperation and dialogue among regional administrations of different European countries. This network's main aim is to strengthen transnational collaboration in the education sector and facilitate exchange of experiences, knowledge, and innovative solutions. As teacher training and innovation oriented towards continuous improvement is a key element in education, today we are extending the spirit of ENRED by organizing this first international webinar addressed to teachers from all of our regions. To sum up, we hope this event will be very profitable for all the attendees and participants and will spread joint knowledge among all of them. Also, we encourage all the representatives from the 14 regions which are included in the ENRED to carry on our joint collaboration and activities and to take the initiative to organize new webinars to give continuity to this first event. Thanks to these actions, all of us will be contributing that schools become a driving force of change. On our part, we will be at your disposal and will continue to work with the aim of working as far as internationalization is concerned, so that we can provide the best possible answer to educational community and the needs of current society. So thank you very much, and Oscar, please get the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nacho. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being here. We know how difficult it is to have somebody at your position being here this time of the day. So thank you very much. And we have to keep going. We have mentioned already a couple of times ENRED, and I'm sure that some of you, most of you know what ENRED is, but for the ones that are here enjoying and learning with this first webinar and you don't know what ENRED is, let's see what it is very briefly. So we have presented to you, we're gonna present a very, very short video that will tell you in 1 minute time what consists about ENRED. So please, David, let's see what ENRED is. Well, as you can see, ENRED, it means internationalization by itself. We try to promote international cooperation. How? Sharing good practices, creating these spaces for debates, promoting education innovation, of course, in our regions and beyond, and of course, strengthening European cohesion with its values and so on. So what we did is gathering these 14 regions with a lot of effort, knocking all the doors. At the end, we have this bunch of motivated regions, as we are. The one we are leading this webinar, besides our colleagues from Glasgow. We start this network, and we try to get bigger and bigger and try not to stop. And one of the good things for you is joining this kind of training, free and open to all of you. So one of the important things or tools that ENRED can provide you, besides or apart from these webinars, is the possibility of filling a form that can provide you a truthful, updated, and powerful partner to do any kind of internationalization program besides Erasmus Plus. If you are living now in UK or British Islands, you can do a touring with them, or you can do a correspondence letter or whatever, or a twinning program. Okay, we are not talking about here Erasmus Plus. We are talking about creating links and synergies between schools. So if you go ahead in our website, you can Google very easily enred.gva.s. If you put ENRED and that's it in Google, you will find this website, this form. And by filling it very, very briefly, 5 minutes time form, we will get all of your information, all of your needs and strengths, and we will use intelligence and artificial in order to get matches or probable matches with some or with any of the schools of the different 14 regions that is in ENRED. So we wanted to share this information with you. We are not going to take more time of the webinar because today we are here to learn. We are going to listen the people who is making a super good effort, and we are super thankful to Richard and Joe, who are the top players here in this table that we are playing today. And in 2 minutes I'm gonna leave you with them. But of course I would like to remember that the next 9th of May, of course, is the Europe Day. we will be celebrating this day, and we will do an international meeting. It will be gathering in Valencia, all of the ENRED regions. It will not be the 9th of May. It will be the 7th of May. 7th, 8th is still on the calendar we are doing, but yeah, that week will be the second encounter of internationalization for education that all of you are invited to be part on that event. So I don't want to extend more. Thank you very much again. I'm gonna leave the floor for Richard, Richard is one of the first person that was related with ENRED. ENRED started thanks in a big part of the thing that started 2 years ago. Richard was there because he was the first one who connect us with Scottish, with Glasgow City Council and some of their colleagues too. So is an expert in terms of internationalization, is always willing to help. It's an honor to have him here. So Richard, thank you very much once again, and please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oscar. Thank you so much, Nacho, and everybody at the Consejería, y David también. It's been great preparing this with you. And of course, we've been working together, as you said, Oscar, for at least 2 years now. So, you know, we share the same passion, I believe. Colleagues, it's hello from Edinburgh. If you look at the map, Edinburgh, Scotland. This is probably the only sunny country, I believe, at the moment, because I think that in Southern Europe, including Porto, I can see there's people from Portugal, Valencia, Alicante, Greece. I think the weather is a bit effy for you guys. Sunshine for us, for a change. Today, I'll spend about 10 minutes talking briefly about why are we doing international education, very briefly, because I know you're all convinced. We'll talk about how to find quality courses. We'll talk about the United Kingdom being back into Erasmus Plus, and then I'll give you a little meeting time and date and place for the end of the year. I hope to see you there. And after that, my friend Joe will take over and we'll come up with some very practical activities using AI in education. Is that all right? You can show me with your thumb, or you can use the chat. Please use the chat. All the presentations will be shared. The PowerPoints will be shared. And I know this is recorded as well. So it's all good news. Now, I'm going to share my screen, hopefully, if it works. And here we go. And so, Oscar, can you confirm that you can see my screen now?
Yes, we do everything right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So if at the end of this presentation you still have questions, please get in touch with me. And these are my contact details, Richard or Richard at lfe.net. I'm Franco-Scottish, so we can use a bit of French, we can use a bit of, well, a big bit of English, but that's where you can find me. So as I said, first of all, the why does it matter? Well, I know you're all convinced. So I think we've all seen that with our learners, or we've all experienced this, that we go abroad, we do a training session, we go home changed with more ambition, more a bigger perspective. And I think this is it's very important not to forget that side of things. International education broadens our horizons and the horizons of our learners. That's why we're doing this in the first place. And by the way, we're lucky around the European Union. We've got this program called Erasmus, and maybe which is huge. And maybe what you don't know, or you might not know, is that it's getting bigger. The Commission is working at the moment on the next program, the 2028. 2034 side of the program, and at the moment the budget is even bigger than what we had before. Okay, so this is a great tool which we must use, and it's here to last. Okay, so you guys have been accredited, hopefully, or your region or your school. So now let's keep this opportunity going, okay? As I said, Erasmus Plus is not just for the short term, it really is for the long term. And the Erasmus Plus program lasts 7 years. It's huge, okay? We've just started the final year of the current program, the 21-28 program, 27 program, but on the 1st of January 28, the next 7 years will start. So that is a real opportunity. We've got funding for another 7 years coming our way. Okay, so the challenge is not how do we access the program. The challenge is let's use it well. Okay. Moving on. To use it well, we need quality. We need to trust the people we work with, and we need to enjoy what we're doing. Okay, I don't want to spend too long on that, but just to let you know, colleagues, you have been accredited. You want to go and do some courses abroad. You need, first of all, yourselves to have a clear learning design, and then you need to get in touch with the course provider. I'll give you some ideas for that. You need quality partners with who might have experience, should have experienced trainers, quality partners who give you time to reflect, to connect, quality partners who give you time to enjoy yourselves. Okay, you have to feel safe, you have to feel valued, you have to the health and well-being when you go on a training session is very, very important. Okay. You can get in touch with me, as I said, because I am also in charge of the European Association of Training Providers. I will explain what that is in a minute. But also, and maybe this is the starting point that Oscar mentioned, my job, in a way, which is a nice job, is to connect people across Europe. Make sure that partners meet, create their own project without me involved, of course, because I couldn't be involved in everything, but connect and grow their own project. In order to achieve this, we've created a course called DIPS, D-I-P-S. Now, DIPS, Developing International Projects for Schools. DIPS moves every year, and it's an annual course. People meet, 100, 200 people meet annually in different locations. Last year, back in October, we met in Valencia. Wow, what a week that was. DIPS for schools and DIPS for vocational education. Everybody in Valencia. I've noticed we've got colleagues from Porto. We ran DIPS in Lisbon, actually, in Portugal a few years ago. Milan, many different Belgium, I've seen we've got Belgian colleagues as well. Many different places. This year in October 27, we will run DIPS in Estonia, in Tallinn. We're very excited. We've been working with Tallinn University to prepare the course. So that's, well, I'll give you the date at the end, but we would love to see you there. That's an Erasmus Plus course for colleagues who want to meet other colleagues from all over Europe. Part 2, as I said, I also created, for the same reasons, we must work, all of us together. I also created this European Association of Training Providers. That's the email address there, the web address there. And the idea is to have quality providers under the one roof. So you can go there. It's still growing. It's a young association, but it's growing. We're getting more and more providers. And so we can guarantee the quality of all these providers registered under the association. Or if there's a problem, then you can get in touch with us and we can see what can be done to make sure that your experience is great. So European Association of Training Providers, we work closely with national agencies for Erasmus Plus. We work closely with the Commission. We want quality. We want to bring quality to all of you. Moving on. Oscar, am I speaking too fast? Or I cannot see the chat now. I don't know if there are questions. Maybe I'll just finish my presentation and look at the chat after that.
It's perfect. Everyone is listening, I guess, and perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Now, great news. You probably read or heard that the UK is joining Erasmus Plus again. This will be for next year. This will be from the 1st January 2027. We don't have the exact timing for when you will apply. You'll be able to apply. But as I said, I'm working very closely with the Commission and the UK, United Kingdom government as well. So get in touch with me and I'll keep you informed of the timing as soon as we know more. But what that means for you is new projects, new partners, potentially. UK schools, I can tell you that in Scotland in particular, everybody is desperate to join you again, to join the Erasmus Plus programme. But it's the same thing in England. I work a lot, I'm based in Scotland, but work a lot with England, Wales and Northern Ireland. So keep an eye open for the UK joining Erasmus Plus, because you will be able to come to us, you will be able to send your learners to us, and hopefully you'll be able to host some of our learners as well in your school. Okay. So remember, the United Kingdom means Scotland as well, not just England and Wales and Northern Ireland. What else did I want to tell you? Well, maybe a bit more about what we do at LFEE Europe. We run structured courses for accredited schools, local authorities, regions all over Europe. Now, as Oscar from the Consejería knows, we've been running courses for teachers in the region of Valencia. We run courses in Finland, we run courses in Estonia, Portugal, Belgium, I've said that, France, of course, Ireland. For example, the Teaching English and Teaching in English. These are courses we run in Ireland. I know some of you might have attended. I've recognized a few names on the participants list. We run courses for leaders, like school leaders, head teachers, and so on. A subject which is very close to my heart, that's well-being and sustainability. Well-being is so important in our schools, in what we do, well-being for the learners, but actually well-being for us as well. We do a lot of drama-based courses, drama-based and innovation courses. And of course, last but not least, AI courses, artificial intelligence courses. We've got one in Madrid, one in Toulouse, one in Galway in Ireland coming up over the next few months. And we work closely with Joe, and you'll see why in a minute, very, very shortly. But that's what I wanted to share with you. I'll stop the sharing because there might be a few questions. But what I wanted to say is this DIPS course in Tallinn is taking place on the 18th of October. Get in touch with me or with my colleague Rose, who's standing with a smile next to me. She will be able to help you. Yes, this is great news. I can now see the chat, and we have joined the UK. We've joined the Erasmus Plus, everything from university to school education to vocational education, all the parts, all the bits of Erasmus. Now, question: the drama-based learning is going to be a course where? It's going to be a course in Ireland. You can have a look at our website if you want. Any other practical questions about quality in international education, finding partners, things that we do? Anything else you would like to ask? Or if that was clear, you can, yes, part of well-being, you can put a little thumbs up, meaning yes, I understood, or ooh. Thank you, Oscar. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, thank you, everybody. Okay, well, I'm still here anyway, because I'm going to be be with you until past. We'll be finishing at past. I had until 5 o'clock because Joe wants to be with you for about half an hour. Are we going to receive the webinar? Missed the beginning. Yes, David will share. You will share the video with everybody. David, is that right? Yeah. Okay, so Joe, are you with us just now?
Yes, I am, Richard.
You are. Can you take over from now on? I'll be, as I said, I'll be here with you, of course, but it's over to you now.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Richard, for your time. As I said before, you are a referent because I know under my experience is a person who is going to help you when you are seeking for a partner, a real partner. He has a lot of experience, a lot of context through this association that is created because of that. Is a super well connected, because he didn't say, but you know, in this politician movement they are taking these days and the previous years in order to put the UK and the British Islands in the UK in the scenario of Erasmus Plus. Richard and his team has been in these conversations. I have to say, and it's the truth. So please, you know where he is now. You have the website and everything, his contact, and anytime you can use him, because I'm sure that it will work on your duty to get internationalization. So please, Joe, go ahead, because it's the time to learn about AA, please.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, everybody. It's fantastic to be here. So as Richard said, I'm going to be speaking for about half an hour on international education and artificial intelligence. And I'm going to be asking you to take part. It's going to be an interactive session, and I can't wait to start with you. So before we start, a little bit of background about myself, if that's okay. I'm a former languages teacher. I taught French for 13 years, 3 years at secondary school level and 10 years at middle school level, working with 9 to 13-year-olds. And I live on the Isle of Wight, which is where I am right now. And for the last 17 years or so, I've been an independent languages consultant, focusing on educational technology. And in the last few years, I've been focusing on how artificial intelligence can be used in languages as well as across the curriculum. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be collaborating with LFEE Europe, and long may that continue. So with that in mind, we're going to make a start in my presentation. I'll be coming out of my presentation from time to time, live into the Chrome browser and doing lots of activities live. So the idea of this session is to offer you a live practical, we're going to do it all live, practical demonstration of how we feel about artificial intelligence and international education. So I'm going to ask you to contribute to a Padlet in a moment, which I'm going to build live using AI. And then based on your answers, I'm going to build a number of different multimedia outcomes as a result. That's the idea. Okay. So let's.
And Joe, can I just say, because we're recording this, people will be able to watch the film, the video again. That's important, so that they know exactly what you're doing.
No problem at all. That's right. So we're recording it, so you can watch it back with the pause button as many times as you need to, and you'll be absolutely fine. So let's get into the next thing. So here are 3 key questions that I want you to think about. I don't want you to write the answers in the chat. I want you to wait. I just want you to think about these 3 questions. So, why is international education important in your context? What is one key challenge you face in international education? And how are you currently using AI or artificial intelligence professionally, or how do you feel about using it? So those are the 3 questions. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to contribute your thoughts and ideas into a Padlet, which I'm going to create live. Right, so let's go into it. Now, as has been said, all the presentations are going to be shared. And what I've done is all the prompts I'm going to use, I've actually got here in Google Docs, and I've got the Padlet here, but I've got all the tabs set up already. So that's fine. And as you can see, I'm going to create a Padlet live using what's called an AI recipe. Okay, I'll then ask you to answer those 3 questions, and I will then export the results as one PDF. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to come out of the presentation, and I'm going to, there we are. I'm now going to go into Padlet, and I'm going to show you the prompt that we're going to use. So this is the prompt. So you're going to have access to all these prompts. Okay, so I'm going to copy the prompt like this, and then I'm going to go into Padlet. And what I've done is I've clicked on the make option here, and this gives me access to all these different AI recipes. So the one I'm going to use is this one, which is called custom board. Okay, so this allows me to build the Padlet live in front of your very eyes. So let me see if it works. Let me click on custom board, and here it says I am a teacher, I want to create. So I then paste in the text like that. Okay, and I click create. And then what it's going to do, as if by magic, it says, as you can see, creating your magic Padlet. In about, hopefully, a few moments, it's going to create the Padlet for us. So on that Padlet, it should have the 3 questions. I will share the Padlet link in a moment in the chat. And I will also put a QR code on the screen. So there we are. It's done it all live for us. If we don't like the pink color, we can get rid of that. We can click on the cog option like this, and we can click on the wallpaper, and we could change it to something else. I don't know. We could go for a yellow color instead if we wanted to. It doesn't matter. Now,
I quite like the pink, Joe, you know.
You like the pink? Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click the share option, and I'm going to click here where it says copy link to board. Okay. And I'm going to pop this in the chat like that. And I'm also going to click on the get QR code option. But before I do that, just look on the screen. It says how to post. Why? Why is international education important to you? Challenge. What is one main challenge you face in international education? And 3, how are you currently using AI professionally, or how do you feel about using it? So what I'd like you to do is when you join the Padlet is to double click on the screen. And then you will, like this, let me show you. If I double click on the screen, can you see? And it says your name or a short title. You can make up a name. It doesn't have to be a real name if you don't want to share. And then you just write your 3 answers in one post. Okay, 3 answers in one post. So I will do that again right now. I will click the share option, and I will click get QR code. So if you want to scan the QR code, you can. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of time now, probably about a minute or so, maybe a bit longer, to write your answers, because this is very important for the rest of the presentation, because I will be building multimedia content based on your answers. So think carefully about those 3 questions. Why is international education important to you? What is one main challenge you face in international education? And how are you currently using artificial intelligence professionally? Or how do you feel about using it? Okay. So, and there are no right or wrong answers. That's really important to say. So hopefully everyone's got the link now. And I'm just going to, there we are, click on the cog option, and I'm going to select the wall option like that. And that way I can then see everyone's answers as they come in. So you should be able to add your posts onto the board. And while we're doing that, I'm going to enable comments as well. So I'm going to go down to where it says comments. I can click on that. I can allow new comments, and I'm going to deselect all, which means you'll be able to write comments, but you won't be able to do things like record audio or add images or things like that. So if you want to write a comment on someone else's answer, you can do that, and that's fine. And for copy protection, thank you so much. The first person that's posted, I'm going to click disable all, which means that people can't download any content from the Padlet. Okay, so I'm just going to let you all write your answers, because we've got, at the moment, we've got 165 people watching live. So I would really love to see lots and lots and lots of different answers coming in. You can see that you're anonymous. So here we've got a shy earthworm, okay, which is great. If you're logged in with a Padlet account, then you will your username will be displayed, but that's fine. So thank you so much. All these contributions I really, really appreciate it. And we'll get a very rich set of outcomes, I think, if we get a lot of comments coming in.
Yeah,
so
go for it, colleagues. Just to let you know, Joe, some people in the chat are saying, you know, how could AI help me in my class? 2 or 3 people have said that, activities in class. So it's great that people are posting stuff. But of course, just even this activity we're doing now, the questions could be adapted and changed. And this is something you could do with your own learners on various themes and topics. Is that right?
Absolutely. So all you'd have to do is you could take that prompt that I've shared with you in the presentation and just adapt it. You could ask a tool like ChatGPT if you wanted to adapt it for you. And just through that prompt, we were able to get an example post, and we were able to get an example or an instruction post and then an example post, which was really, really useful. So the great thing about AI, really, or one of the great things about it is if you give it a model, if you say, if you like, what a good one looks like, it can then adapt it according to the context that you're looking for. So I'll give you a little bit more time, if that's okay, because we have lots of people in the session. So I would love to see some more. Let me read out some of these right now. It's fantastic. So I can see that one of you is saying that international education helps students open their minds, respect other cultures, and prepares for a global world while keeping our values. That's amazing. I think everybody in the room right now, that really echoes, resonates very strongly. That's a lovely thing to say, I think.
Brilliant.
A challenge here, people's fear of getting out of their comfort zone. Yes, absolutely. But I think with support and with understanding the values that Richard was talking about, we can all overcome these feelings of getting out of our comfort zone. Because many years ago, when I was giving presentations, I would use this image saying, you know, when you're feeling out of your comfort zone, that's where the magic happens. And that's true, I think. And I think that through support and collaboration across borders, that can really help. This is really brilliant. I think I'll just give you a little bit more time, but I'm so pleased with all your answers. Just take a moment, and if you'd like to leave a comment about the notes that are appearing, you can do that. You could write a comment if you'd like to. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Lots and lots of different answers.
And it's truly multinational as well. I can see there's different nationalities represented there. It's brilliant. Very good.
Amazing. Okay, so let's say about another 30 seconds or so. So if you're writing something, you want to finish it off, because I'm very aware there's lots of other things I want to do, but this is really brilliant. Exactly what I was hoping for. So another few moments. I think I'm going to read some more out. One main challenge. Oh, they keep jumping around. Maybe I won't read them out because they keep jumping around the screen. But I think the time has come now to go to the next bit. So that's wonderful. Genuinely, from my heart, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So now what I'm going to do, and as Richard said, you could easily replicate this idea as well. So we're going to click on the share option, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says export as PDF. This is the key here, export as PDF. So you click on that and you click generate. Okay. And what that allows us to do is it allows us to put all the notes that you've written, all the text in the notes, into one single document like this. There we are. Okay, and it's all there. It's a very rich document expressing or giving a snapshot of how you feel about international education and artificial intelligence. So I'm now going to download this to my computer. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a tool called Notebook LM. Let me know in the chat if you know this one. It's fabulous. Notebook LM, and I'm going to click the Create New option, or I can click Create New Notebook. Works in the same way. And then I'm going to click on the Upload Files option, which is here. Okay, so just like attaching something to an email. And I'm going to go onto my desktop and find the PDF, the wonderful PDF that we've just created. And then I'm going to click open like this. And what it's to do it's going to use the AI to work out a summary of everything that people wrote. Yeah. So this is fantastic. Now, what I'm going to do next, let me go back to my presentation, which is here. And I'm going to go to the next slide. And on the next slide, as you can see, from Padlet to Insight with Notebook LM. So I've imported the Padlet PDF into Notebook LM, and I'm going to create a short video overview, a visual infographic, and if there's time, a graphic novel as well. And to do that, I'm going to use this prompt here, which I've already got open. So I'm going to do this right now. Let me show you how this works. It is free. Yes, it's a free tool. Right, so I'm going to take this prompt first of all. This is for the video overview. And in Notebook LM, what you do is you go here where it says video overview, and you click on the pencil tool like this. Okay, you've got two formats that you can choose, and I'm going to choose the brief one. You can have a whole range of different languages, as you can see. For now, we're going to stick with English, and I'm going to choose whiteboard as the visual style. You can see there's a number of options, but I like the whiteboard one, so I'm going to choose that one. And then this is where you put the prompt. So I paste in the prompt, and as you can see, it's all about extracting the information about international education, etc. Okay, and now I'm going to click generate. And what it's going to do is it's going to start to generate the video overview, which takes about 10 minutes. So we should be able to watch this at the end. I'm then going to go back, and this time I'm going to create an infographic. Okay. And I'm going to copy this. So you could easily take these prompts, ask ChatGPT or another tool to adapt them according to what you want to do with Notebook LM. So now I'm going to go to the infographic option. And again, I'm going to click the pencil tool. I'm going to choose English. I'm going to keep with landscape, and I'm going to choose detailed, okay, which is going to give us a very rich infographic. I then paste in the prompt, and this is all pulling from the one PDF source. You can have up to 50 sources per notebook if you want to. So you can have an even more rich set of sources, but I'm just using the one that you've very kindly contributed to. So I'm now going to click generate, and this is going to now generate an infographic. That doesn't take too long, but we're going to move on, and I'm going to try to do this as well. This is going to be interesting, a graphic novel prompt, right? So let's see if this works as well. So in Notebook LM, I'm going to go to the slide deck option and click here. And then I'm going to choose presenter slides. And I'm going to choose to put the prompt here like that, okay? And then click generate. So I'm hoping in a wee while, we'll get some very interesting things. Right, so that's what I'm doing right now. But while that's generating, I'm going to go back to my presentation and go to the next slide. Right, so now I'm going to try another idea, which is using a tool called Gemini Storybook, which is also a Google tool. And I'm going to try and create an illustrated storybook based on your input. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to use the prompt, which I've got ready. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to take this prompt, which is here, copy it, and then in Gemini Storybook, which I've got here, and you've got the link in the presentation. I'm first of all going to upload the PDF like this, like that. And then I'm going to paste in the prompt and click submit. Now, I'm going to wait in real time while this is doing this, because it shouldn't take long to generate the storybook. And what's nice about Gemini Storybook is it produces very nice illustrations, and it also creates consistent characters, which is something that AI has suffered or found difficult up until quite recently. But I think that Google has done a great job in being able to create a storybook based on your prompt, or it could be that you you upload an image and you say, can you create a story only using the text in the image? If you take a screenshot of a text that you've written, that works as well. In this example, what we're doing is we're uploading a PDF and creating a story that way. So you can see it's finalizing its illustration, so it's nearly finished.
So your computer is doing is multitasking at the moment, Joe, is that right?
That's right. This is officially it's called app smashing, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying to go nice and slowly, and everyone will be able to watch the recording back. So it should be nearly finishing right now. So
Joe,
that would be.
Meanwhile, maybe people have questions linked to
of course.
GDPR, or I know you often mention how old you have to be to use AI.
That's right.
It's not,
okay.
do you want to say a few words about that?
Of course. So in relation, it's just made the book now. In relation to Notebook LM, so if you're using Google Classroom and you want to use this with students, you are now able to share a notebook with your students if you're using a Gemini for Education account. As an individual, if you had a personal account, you'd have to be 18 plus to use it as a standalone tool, but you can now use it with students. And essentially what you do is you create a notebook, you share it, and it's like view only. So in a Google for Education context, that will then be GDPR compliant. Okay. And yes, it's still free. So if it's okay, I'm going to give you a quick look at this. We'll go full screen. And we'll just go through. We can even hear it as well. So let me just press listen. It's a bit quick, unfortunately, but this will give you a flavor. So this is all based on your content. Here we go.
Connecting Worlds, a story of educators and AI. Welcome to the international webinar. Today, educators from all over the world are meeting online. They are sitting in front of their computers in many different countries. They are here to talk about international education and AI. Everyone is excited to share their ideas. They have 3 important questions to answer about their students, their challenges, and new technology. A teacher from Denmark starts the conversation. He explains why international education is so important. He says it helps students build empathy. When students talk to people from other cultures, they begin to understand the world better. They learn that even if we live far apart, we share many of the same feelings and dreams. Another participant, a teacher from Japan, adds her thoughts. She believes that learning with the world opens students' minds. It helps them grow not just as students, but as good humans and global citizens. For many teachers, these projects motivate students to use English in real, meaningful ways to share their own lives.
Okay, so hopefully that's giving you a flavor of the sort of book that you can create. There's also a Chrome extension called Gemini Storybook Exporter, which allows you to export your book as a PDF, and you can also download the images and the text as one text file as well. Okay, very quickly, I would like to go back to my presentation, which is here.
You did that, Joe, just to let you know there's plenty amazing in the comments.
Richard and Joe, just a minute to inform all the participants that if you have any questions, please use the chat because the makers are mute in order to not interrupting Joe and Richard, please go ahead.
No problem. Okay, so now what I'm going to try and do is make a song based on your content. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is come out of my presentation. I'm going to go to the prompt I've got here, and I'm going to copy this, go back to Notebook LM, and I'm going to paste in this, just like you would with, say, ChatGPT. And I'm hoping it's going to create a really cool set of lyrics for me right now. So let's wait and see. We're doing this all live, so no pressure. It's fine.
Including the dancing or just the singing, Joe?
Let's see. Look. It's called The Bridges We Build. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Oh, let's do that again. I'm going to copy it up to there. There we are. The Bridges We Build. Right. I'm going to copy it. Go into Suno. which is isuno.com. Go to custom, paste in the lyrics. Okay. It's called The Bridges We Build. And can someone recommend a style? It's going to be the first person that writes something. So it could be K-pop, folk, rock, salsa. Who's going to be the first person? Anything you want.
The salsa sounds good.
Salsa.
Yeah, salsa
Okay,
it is.
salsa. So
Oh,
salsa.
heavy metal, too late.
Okay,
Oh,
and
Okay.
then I then click create. Right, we've gone for salsa. In about 5-10 seconds, we're going to get the classic, The Bridges We Build, which we'll be able to play back. You can make 10 songs a day or 5 songs, and you get 2 versions of each song. Here's The Bridges We Build, the world premiere.
come on, David.
We open the
Our colleague
windows
from Belgium, Philip,
to help students
suggested opera, but I think salsa, it sounds
Okay,
very
well,
good, actually.
let's stick with salsa. Opera would be interesting as well. Let's stick with salsa. If that's okay.
learn where other lives begin. We broaden their minds and we help them to see how big and how beautiful this world can be.
Okay, and then the second version.
We open the windows to let the world in, to help students learn where other lives begin. We broaden their minds and we help them to see how big and how beautiful this world can be.
Beautiful. Okay, now to download the content, you can click on the 3 dots, click download, and you can just download the MP3 like that. It's still rendering, that's why it's not allowing us to download it right now. Okay, so let's go back to Notebook LM. And
Well done.
okay, it's
David,
made
can I just check with
sorry, it's made
David?
the graphic narrative. Sorry.
We won't be cut off, David, in 2 minutes. Can I just check with you? If we're 1 minute late, we can go on an extra minute. Oscar, yes, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
please go ahead. I think everyone is delighted with the
No, we
work,
won't
so
be too
yeah,
late,
please.
but I don't want to be cut off.
Yeah,
in
of
1
course,
minute.
no, go
We
ahead.
won't be very late.
So let me give you a flavor of the 3 things we've made with Notebook LM. This is the video overview. Here we go.
Today, we're diving into what international educators are saying about their work and the rise of AI. Okay, so at its core, educators see this work as absolutely essential for building global citizens. Across all the responses, 4 key motivations really stood out. They're all about connection and understanding.
This was such a common thread, this powerful belief in education's role in connecting the world.
But, you know, this mission isn't without its hurdles. Educators face some pretty significant obstacles.
What's really interesting is how these challenges cluster around access, resources, and just motivation.
This quote just highlights the complexity, right? It's not just one thing, but so many connected factors.
So here's the crucial point. For many, this is a really powerful tool for social equity. And this brings us right to our central topic, the intersection of this important work with AI.
Okay, so obviously I'm running out of time a bit, but that's giving you a flavor of how this can work. And then the graphic novel is here. So let's have a quick look. There we are. This is a graphic novel, and we can just go through. Look at this, incredible, based on all your content.
It really is amazing.
There we are. I can obviously share this as well with everybody. And then the infographic to finish off with. There we are. Based on all your content, that's come from you. I didn't make this, you made this. Yeah, this is your work. Fantastic. Okay, so just to finish off therefore, let me wrap up. So the key takeaways, as you can see, that we used your voices to collect and to structure at scale. We had lots of people who took part. The AI is able to synthesize ideas, identify patterns, and it can also make various multimodal outputs, which I absolutely love, and I think it's great. And judging by the chat, people seem to find it very useful and interesting. So to conclude, AI does not replace professional judgment. You are the experts. You use your expertise in order to discern whether the AI has done a good job or not, whether it's made things up, hallucinated, etc. It can support reflection, collaboration, and sense making the way that I've tried to show today, and used thoughtfully, it can absolutely, and the proof is in the pudding, I think, can strengthen international education, which is why I love to take part in these sorts of events and particularly collaborate with LFEE. And with that in mind, I'll now hand back to Oscar. Is that right?
Yeah, thank you very much. It was amazing. Well, all of the participants, if you have a look, now you have the chance to check it. Everyone is applauding and so happy. And also we are. I mean, it was super nice, super interesting. And of course, please don't forget, Joe, to share with us in the chat your Facebook blog and everything, all your information, because it's super interesting. They will find a lot of resources, useful resources for their teaching work in their schools. And of course, Richard, for all the contacts and courses about internationalization, to get contents around on us, that David is gonna write down in the chat our website, where will be the recording of this first webinar, and remind you that every 2 months, one of the partners, one of the different regions within the network of ENRED will be leading the next webinars. Okay, some of them will come with Richard again, of course, if he will be invited, of course, but there is a lot of other regions that are seeking to do the same thing. So I hope that all of you, all the participants around Europe will be there. Of course, Ignacio Martinez, who has been all the session here. Please, Nacho, if you want to close and to sum up
Can
this,
I just say one little thing
event?
just before Nacho, if that's not too rude? Just one little thing. Remember two things I said to you. See you in Tallinn in October, but way before that, I'm just thinking, because somebody said this is too short, we would like to listen to Joe for a week. Well, you can. Joe and I will be in Toulouse at the end of March, running a 1-week course on exactly that. Then Madrid, then Galway. So guys, come and see us on our website and stuff. This is it from me. Thank you very much, Oscar.
Yeah.
Nacho,
Thank you
over to
very much, Richard, Joe. We will do this many times because it's good for you, it's good for the schools. And Nacho, please, is your floor now.
So thank you very much, Oscar. I think that it has been an amazing presentation. Thank you very much to our speakers for sharing their knowledge about the issue that we have shown today. And remember that we would like to carry on this kind of joint initiatives, as we think that collaborating among European centers is going to be positive for our schools. So now we would like that other regions take the initiative and take over this initiative of today. So thank you very much to all of you. And now we are waiting for the next webinar.
Thank you very much all once again, and see you very soon. Thank you very much. Good night.